My mom gave my siblings first-class tickets to Europe and told me I wasn't fun enough to come. Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm 31. And this Christmas, my mom gave my siblings first-class tickets to Europe and told me I wasn't fun enough to come. So, I booked a solo trip to Bali, got my scuba license, danced in a volcano village, and posted it all. You can probably guess what happened next, but I'll walk you through the delicious details anyway. Let me back up. I'm the oldest of three, the planner, the one who remembers birthdays and fixes the Wi-Fi. My sister Chloe is 28 and practically a Pinterest board with a pulse, blonde, bubbly, 100K followers for doing morning routines in matching workout sets. And my brother Tyler? He's 25 and still trying to find himself somewhere between Twitch streams and his fourth failed business idea. My parents adore them. I exist to move furniture and not complain. This dynamic hit peak absurdity last Christmas. December 24th, I flew home from Seattle to Connecticut after an 11-hour delay and 2 crying babies. I showed up with thoughtful gifts wrapped in actual paper, not gift bags like animals. My mom greeted me at the door like I was the UPS guy. No, how was your flight? Just put your shoes on the rack this time. Ryan, not by the door. Whatever. I was used to it. I unpacked my coat, said hi to the family, and braced myself for another holiday of being emotionally benched. Christmas morning. Cocoa, carols, chaos. Then my mom stands up in front of the tree holding 3 white envelopes like she's the damn Oprah of airline miles. Chloe opens hers, screams, "Oh my God, Paris." Tyler opens his, grins. For countries. Dad opens his, nods approvingly. Nice itinerary. And me? I just sat there. No envelope. No explanation. Until my mom turned to me and said with the most casual cruelty I've ever witnessed, "Honey, we figured you probably wouldn't vibe with the trip. It's more of a fun, spontaneous adventure. And well, that's not really your thing, right?" Like she was sparing me. Like this was mercy. My dad glanced at the fireplace like it might suck him in. Chloe avoided eye contact. Tyler snorted into his mimosa and muttered something about museum guy energy. I just smiled. The kind of smile where your teeth are the only thing holding your fury inside. And I said, yeah, makes sense. Hope you guys have a great time. But in my head, I was already booking my revenge. Not with anger, with altitude. Because if I wasn't fun enough for Europe, I was about to show them what fun really looked like. And Bali? Bali was about to become the backdrop for the most passive-aggressively perfect Instagram series of my life. So the day after Christmas, while my family was comparing Euro trip packing lists, I opened my laptop and started planning something different. Not Paris. Not Rome. Too basic. I wanted beauty with a side of petty. I wanted adventure with a vengeance. Enter Bali. Flights? Booked. Villa? Private. With an infinity pool that looked like it belonged in a Bond movie. Schedule? Waterfalls, volcano hikes, scuba diving, sunset yoga on cliffs, and food so photogenic it deserved its own agent. And I did it all without telling anyone. Not a single mention in the family group chat. Not even a sarcastic, "Guess I'll stay home and clean the gutters." I just went silent. Which, to be clear, in my family, is code for either dead or planning something. By March, my mom was deep into Europe mode, texting about gelato spots in Florence and how Chloe had found the perfect dress for Barcelona nightlife. Tyler was asking if anyone had heard from me. Chloe was mostly just posting packing inspo reels while doing 12-step skincare routines. Meanwhile, I was quietly finalizing my scuba certification. Because if you're going to make a statement, do it underwater with sea turtles. My flight left April 10th, one day before theirs. I landed in Denpasar, greeted by 85 degrees heat, a driver holding a sign that said Mr. Ryan, and a welcome drink that tasted like melted sunshine. Day 1, sunrise hike up Mount Batter. Day 2, underwater temple dive. Day 3, Balinese cooking class with a woman who could dice onions faster than my thoughts. By the time Chloe posted a carousel of croissants and cobblestones with the caption, "Living the Dream," I'd already posted a video of myself swinging over a rice terrace with mood upgraded as the caption. That's when the text started. From Mom, "Wait, are you on vacation?" From Chloe, "OMG, where are you?" From Tyler, "Bro, is that a monkey on your shoulder?" I didn't respond. Not even a like. I just posted again. Me, in a floral shirt, sipping something out of a coconut beside my villa pool. Caption: didn't know not fitting the vibe could be so peaceful. The silence from them after that, deafening and delicious. By day 5, the group chat had gone full panic mode. My mom sent 5 texts in a row. We didn't realize you were traveling. You didn't tell anyone. Is everything okay? Where are you staying? Why are you ignoring us? Chloe commented on my third temple pic with a fake friendly, must be nice. Tyler just DM'd me a single word, savage. I still said nothing. Instead, I posted a 45-second reel of my day in Ubud. Monkey forest, waterfall hike, sunset dinner on a rice terrace. The music? That viral remix of Karma that always hits just right. It blew up. 30,000 views overnight. Randoms were commenting things like, this guy's living the dream. And, okay Ryan, I see you. I even got a message from a travel brand asking if I wanted to collab. Meanwhile, I got a private message from Chloe. So you're doing this on purpose? Like to hurt mom? Oh, sweetie. I posted another video the next day. Scuba diving off the coast of Nusa Penida. A manta ray literally glided past me like it had a personal vendetta against anyone who ever said I wasn't fun. Caption: not fitting the vibe looks different underwater. Mom called. I declined. She left a voicemail sniffling about how this feels like a punishment and how you've never been this distant before. I almost felt bad. Almost. But then I remembered Christmas morning. Sitting there, being told with a smile that I wasn't invited because I'd bring the mood down. So I booked another excursion. Private island tour. Just me, a guide, and turquoise water so clear it looked fake. At lunch on a sandbar that only exists for 2 hours at low tide, I posted a picture holding a fresh grilled lobster with the caption, turns out the best family trips are the ones where you don't have to beg to be included. That one got shared by 3 travel accounts. My follower count doubled. My mom sent me a text that said, we need to talk. This isn't funny anymore. I laughed out loud. Because for the first time in 31 years, I wasn't just in the background of this family story, I was the main character. 3 days later, I was in a flower bath in Ubud, sipping ginger tea and being aggressively exfoliated by a woman named Ike, who did not mess around. My phone, sitting on a little tray beside the tub, buzzed nonstop. 17 texts, 5 missed calls, 2 voicemails, all from my mother. Apparently, the family trip had hit turbulence. Literal and emotional. Tyler lost his passport in Madrid. Chloe got food poisoning in Rome. My dad had a meltdown in a Parisian pharmacy trying to explain diarrhea medication with hand gestures. And my mom, she was deeply hurt that I had ghosted the entire trip and posted like a travel influencer without considering their feelings. I posted anyway. Next up, Bali swing over the jungle. I wore a white linen shirt. No caption, just the view. It got reposted by a Bali tourism page. 75K views in an hour. I was being called Hot Jungle Brother in the comments. Meanwhile, Tyler finally cracked. He called me. Bro, what are you even doing right now? This is, like, savage level 10. I kept my tone flat. I'm living my life. What are you doing? Losing government documents in tapas bars? He groaned. Come on. Mom's losing it. She keeps saying you're punishing her. Tell her I'm just matching energy. Click. That night, I posted a story of my dinner. Whole grilled snapper, candlelight, waves crashing in the background. Text overlay. Solo dinners hit different when you're not surrounded by guilt. My DMs? Flooded. Friends from college, people I hadn't talked to in years, even an old coworker who used to mock my boring lifestyle suddenly wanted to catch up. But the best message? My aunt, my mom's older sister. The one who always hosted Thanksgiving before we all got too passive-aggressive to sit at the same table. She messaged, just saw your Bali pics. I always thought you got the short end in that family. Proud of you for carving your own joy. Call me sometime. I'd love to hear about your trip. I hadn't cried once on this vacation. Not after the exclusion. Not even after the plane turbulence that nearly made me meet my ancestors. But that message, that made something crack. Because someone saw me. Not as the reliable one. Not as the designated furniture mover. Just Ryan. When I landed back in Seattle, bronzed, blissed out, and mildly addicted to fresh coconut water, I expected the silence to resume. I was wrong. The day after I got home, my mom showed up at my apartment. Unannounced. I opened the door in sweatpants and jet lag. She stood there with her travel tote still tagged from Heathrow. eyes already misting like she'd just watched a dog get abandoned in a movie. I thought we should talk. I let her in, mostly because I wanted to see how this was going to play out, and also because I was curious what excuses she'd try this time. We sat. She declined water like it was poisoned, then launched in. I just want to understand why you felt the need to embarrass us. The trip was supposed to be a celebration. And you, posting like that, made it about you. I blinked. I didn't tag you in a single post. But everyone knew, she said. Aunt Carol called me. She said your photos made her cry. Okay, but did they make you cry? Silence. She tried a different angle. If you'd told us how you felt. I did, I interrupted. I asked where my ticket was. You told me I wouldn't fit the vibe. And you all just moved on. Like that was normal. She twisted the strap of her purse. It was meant to be lighthearted. You always take things so personally. No, Mom. You say cutting things and pretend they're casual. That's not the same. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Ryan, you've always been the strong one. The grounded one. We didn't think you'd need the trip. Right, I said. Because strong means disposable. Got it. She actually had the audacity to look offended. Then I said the thing that stopped her cold. You know what I realized? I had more meaningful conversations with a Balinese dive instructor who barely spoke English than I've had with this family in years. At least he listened. She flinched. I'm not punishing anyone, I said. I'm just done begging to be valued. She stood, fast, purse over her shoulder like armor. I don't even know who you are anymore. I smiled. That makes two of us. She left, and I finally exhaled. 2 days later, I got a call from the last person I expected, Tyler. Now, Tyler's the kind of guy who once tried to fix a leaky faucet with chewing gum, so I wasn't exactly holding my breath for a breakthrough. But he sounded different. Less bro energy. More human. Hey, can we talk? I hesitated. About what? Everything. Christmas. The trip. Me being a tool. Points for honesty. He asked if we could meet at this diner we both used to hit after late movies when we were teenagers. I figured why not? Worst case, I get pancakes. We sat in a corner booth. Tyler looked tired. Not in a partied too hard way. In a reality hit me in the face way. I've been thinking about how he treated you. How I treated you, he said. And yeah, we were jerks. I raised an eyebrow. You laughed when Mom said I'd bring the mood down. He winced. Yeah, that was garbage. And I've been replaying it ever since. I didn't say anything. Just let the weight of that hang between us like the scent of burnt hash browns. I guess I always figured you were fine. Like, you had it together. So we didn't have to worry about you. I leaned forward. That's the thing, Ty. You didn't have to worry about me. You just had to see me. He nodded slowly, picking at his coffee mug. I get that now. Working retail kind of humbled me. People ignore you all day. Blame you for stuff that isn't your fault. Makes you feel like background noise. I think that's how we made you feel growing up. That actually hit. Because yeah, I was the background music to everyone else's highlight reel. Tyler looked up. I don't expect forgiveness overnight. But I'm here. Trying. And for once, it felt real. So I said, you can start by buying these pancakes. He laughed. Deal. Progress. Served with syrup. After that, things got interesting. Tyler started texting me like an actual brother. Not for money. Not for tech support. Just to talk. He even mailed me a postcard from a weekend road trip he took with his new girlfriend. It said, didn't lose my passport this time. Progress. Chloe, on the other hand, went full reality show meltdown. She posted a 12-slide Instagram story about toxic energy, family betrayal, and how some people weaponize vacations. It was so vague and dramatic. I almost admired the craftsmanship. She also blocked me. Twice. Then unblocked me. Then blocked me again. My mom tried to stage a group call. I declined. So she did what any reasonable parent would do. Sent me a handwritten letter. On floral stationery. It said, and I quote, family means accepting each other's flaws, not holding grudges. We need to move forward as a unit. I mailed it back with a sticky note. I did accept your flaws. For 31 years. I just stopped letting them define me. Meanwhile, I was getting messages from extended relatives. My cousin Jonah texted, dude, I heard what happened. For what it's worth, you were always the chill one. I would have picked Bali too. Aunt Dana called just to say she'd never forget how my mom treated me, and that next year, if I wanted somewhere warm and drama-free for the holidays, her guest room in Phoenix was open. Even my dad, usually the Switzerland of our family, sent a quiet text. You were right. I should have said something at Christmas. I'm sorry. That one almost broke me. But the real kicker? Jessica's family. Remember Jessica? The woman I'd been seeing casually before all this? She invited me to her family's cabin in Colorado for Thanksgiving. I hesitated at first. It felt big, intimate, like something people with normal childhoods did. But I went, and it was wild. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because nothing did. They asked about my job. They listened. Her mom made my favorite pie after I mentioned it offhand. Her dad challenged me to chess and told me he respected how I carried myself. Nobody told me I didn't fit the vibe. Nobody made me feel like a guest in my own life. At dinner, her grandfather raised his glass and said, "To chosen family, the ones who see you, even when others don't." I didn't cry, but I almost did, because for the first time, I didn't feel like a spare part. I felt like I belonged. Christmas rolled around again before I knew it. Seattle was rainy, as usual, but for the first time, I wasn't dreading the season. My mom started early, texts in November, emails with subject lines like family healing and let's reconnect. She even mailed me a Christmas card with a photo of her, my dad, Chloe, and Tyler in matching pajamas. My face. Nowhere. Not even a passive-aggressive photoshopped version. Inside it said, "We hope you'll come home this year. We miss you." I stuck it to the fridge next to a takeout coupon and forgot about it. Instead, I spent Christmas morning in Jessica's childhood home, drinking hot cocoa with her niece on my shoulders, watching her open a new princess dress. Jessica's mom made cinnamon rolls from scratch. Her dad gifted me a toolkit so I don't have to keep borrowing his. Her grandma handed me a wrapped box and whispered, "I thought this color would look good on you, sweetheart." It was a forest green sweater. It fit perfectly. Later that day, Jessica asked if I wanted to go for a walk in the snow. We bundled up and walked down a pine-lined trail behind the cabin, our boots crunching softly underfoot. She stopped, looked at me, and said, "You okay?" I nodded. Better than okay. I think this is the first Christmas I've ever felt full. Not full of food. Full of being wanted. We kissed under snowflakes. It was disgustingly cinematic. Meanwhile, back in the group chat from Ohio, chaos was brewing. Tyler had started pushing back. Told Chloe her drama wasn't cute. Told Mom he wasn't flying across the country if all she wanted was a perfect family photo. Chloe apparently cried and left the house for 3 hours. My mom sent me one last text that night. "I wish you could see how much you mean to this family." I stared at it for a minute, then typed, "I did see. For 31 years. Now I see something else. My worth isn't defined by your approval. It's defined by the people who show up for me." She didn't reply, but Jessica reached over, took my phone, and said, "You don't need to carry that weight anymore. You're building something new." She was right. So now, I celebrate holidays with the people who make space for me, not the ones who shrink me to fit their vibe. And if you're wondering whether I ever forgave my mom, not yet, but I forgave myself for waiting so long to stop trying. Because here's the truth. Sometimes, the family you build for yourself fits the vibe better than the one you were born into ever did. Thanks for listening. If this hit you in the chest, maybe it's time you booked your own Bali. Trust me, the water's warm. And the vibe? Perfect. New Year came and went, and for the first time, I didn't get a Happy New Year text from my mom. Not at midnight. Not the day after. Nothing. I thought I'd feel free. But honestly, it just felt quiet. Not sad. Not empty. Just the kind of silence you notice after living near a train track your whole life, and one day, the trains stop. Part of you keeps waiting for the rumble. Tyler texted me though. "Made mom's lasagna last night. Way too salty. She's losing her touch." I replied, "Or maybe your taste buds are finally working." He sent back a laughing emoji and a photo of himself holding a bottle of antacid like a trophy. Meanwhile, Jessica and I were growing closer. She was the first person I'd ever dated who actually asked about my boundaries with family and didn't treat it like some dramatic trauma tale. She just got it. One night in February, we were curled up on my couch, halfway through a documentary about Komodo dragons. Don't ask, when she said, "If you ever want to take another trip together, I'm in. Anywhere." I asked her if she liked volcanoes and snorkeling. She lit up. So, I opened my laptop and typed 5 letters into the search bar. THEILAND. Next adventure? Locked. And this time, it wasn't revenge. It wasn't a message. It wasn't a slow-motion Instagram clapback to anyone in Ohio. It was just for me. For us. For joy. That felt better. Thailand in May was a different kind of magic. Where Bali had been my solo act of defiance, Thailand was a duet. Jessica and I kayaked through sea caves in Krabi, danced at a beach bar in Koh Phi Phi until sunrise, and ate our weight in mango sticky rice from street vendors who remembered our names after one visit. We snorkeled with reef sharks in Koh Tao, and she didn't even flinch. That's when I knew she was a keeper. And unlike my last trip, I wasn't documenting every second for social validation. No need for perfectly filtered revenge photos. Just quiet moments, captured for us. A GoPro clip here. A blurry sunset selfie there. The kind of memories that don't need likes to matter. Midway through the trip, we climbed a jungle trail to a lookout point with a view that genuinely stole my breath. She leaned against me and said, "You ever think about what your family would say if they saw this?" I laughed. My mom would complain about the humidity. Chloe would want to reshoot the whole thing with better lighting. Tyler might actually get it. Then I paused. But no, I don't think about them much anymore. And when I do, it doesn't hurt like it used to. Because I wasn't trying to prove anything this time. I wasn't seeking their reaction. I wasn't waiting to be seen. I was already seen. By someone who chose me. Not out of obligation, but out of love. Jessica squeezed my hand. Let's make this our thing. One new country every year. Deal, I said. And maybe next time, we bring someone. She froze. Like a friend. I grinned. Or a ring. Her mouth dropped open. I winked. Kidding. Sort of. She shoved me gently. If you ever propose while sweaty and covered in mosquito repellent, I swear I'll say no just to punish you. Fair. We landed back in Seattle jet-lagged, sun-kissed, and very much in sync. Back home, things had shifted. Tyler had moved into a shared apartment in Cincinnati and started working full-time at a bike shop. He posted a photo of himself assembling a bright red mountain bike with the caption, "First paycheck purchase. Feels good." No hashtags. No inspirational quotes. Just pride. Real, earned pride. Chloe, on the other hand, was in full meltdown mode. Apparently, her brand deals had started drying up, and without a Europe trip or a new boyfriend to boost engagement, her influencer era was running on fumes. I know this because she posted a TikTok called "When Your Family Turns on You and Life Gets Hard," set to sad piano music. Comments were turned off. And my mom? She sent me a 2-sentence email in June. "I heard you went to Thailand. Hope it was worth it. Love, Mom." I didn't respond. Because by then, I understood something important. I wasn't the broken one. I wasn't the black sheep, or the serious one, or the mood killer. I wasn't too much, or not enough. I just wasn't what they wanted me to be. And that's fine. Because I found people who loved who I actually am. Jessica and I spent the summer hiking, cooking, dreaming about future trips. We took dance lessons for no reason other than why not? I met her childhood friends and didn't feel like I had to shrink to fit in. Her parents invited me to their annual family camping trip in August. When I tried to politely decline, "I don't want to intrude," her dad said, "Ryan, you're not a guest anymore. You're part of the pack." And that was it. No plane ticket. No grand gesture. Just simple, unshakable belonging. I still have the green sweater her mom gave me last Christmas. I wear it sometimes when it's cold and I need a reminder that love doesn't have to come with strings. Or approval. Or a vibe you have to audition for. It just is. A few weeks before Christmas, Tyler called me again. He was outside a grocery store, wind howling through his phone mic, shouting over the sound of his cart squeaking. "You home for the holidays this year?" he asked. "Nope," I said. "Jessica's family invited us to Vermont. Cabin, firewood, ugly sweaters. You'd hate it." He laughed. "Probably. But hey, good for you, man. I mean that." I could hear something else in his voice. Hesitation. Maybe guilt. Then he added, "Just so you know, Mom keeps setting a place for you at the table. Every year. Even last year. She doesn't say it out loud, but it's there." "Is it next to the vibe?" I said. He snorted. "I mean, it's not labeled. But yeah, probably." There was a beat of silence. Then he said something I never expected. "I don't think she knows how to apologize. But I think she knows she lost something." That stuck with me. Not in a "maybe I should go back" kind of way, but in a "yeah, I know what I'm worth now" kind of way. I didn't go back. Jessica and I spent that Christmas surrounded by people who didn't flinch at honesty, who didn't assign worth by obedience, who didn't hand out love like it was a limited edition coupon. Her dad built a fire. Her mom made a hot buttered rum that could knock out a horse. Jessica gave me a leather-bound travel journal with my initials embossed on the cover. Inside, the first page said, "For every place you never thought you belonged, here's to the ones you choose." I didn't cry. Okay, maybe a little. After dinner, we played board games, laughed so hard we cried, and watched cheesy holiday movies in our pajamas. No tension, no auditions, just peace. My phone buzzed once. A group photo from my old family. Table all set. My chair empty. I looked at it for a moment. Then I turned off my phone, pulled Jessica in close, and whispered, "I don't miss it." Because I didn't. Because I was finally living a life that fit me, not one I had to fit into. And that was the best vibe of all.